stamping friends, and happy Friday! My name is Lorri Heiling, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and thank you for joining me today. Well, I have another fun celebration stamp to show off today. I've used it before, but it is one of my go-tos. So I'll share with you that project in just a bit, but I just wanted to remind you of one other thing that's happening during celebration. We are definitely winding down, and Monday is the last day to get your free products. Now remember, you can choose to order $50 or more and choose a free product, and if you bump your order up to $100, there's some products that are worth a little more value, and then you can choose that for free. So there's no limit on how many free things that you can get. It just depends on what your order total is. So be sure and take advantage of that. But the other thing I wanted to share, and I haven't even talked about this too much, but probably the biggest perk during celebration is that you can sign up to be a discount shopper. Now, I hesitate to say demonstrator or whatever, because a lot of people have some different ideas on what they think being a demonstrator is. And basically, I like to compare it to a Costco membership. You're basically just signing up so that all your orders are discounted. Now, some people choose to do a little bit more, and they say, oh, you know, I'm finding that I can earn a little bit of extra money on the side. But most of the demonstrators on my team are hobbyists, and they just want that discount for when they put all their orders in. So that is a misconception that I wanted to clear up. Now, besides the discount that you get, which, by the way, it starts out at 20%, but it can go up from there. You also can have access to all of my tutorials for free. Anyone on my team can have any of my tutorials for free. So that's another perk for signing up to be on my team. And also, you get access to everything that Stampin' Up! Offers before the general public does. So right now we're gearing up for a new catalog, and even though it's not until June when it comes out, we get to have sneak previews next month on this. So that's another added perk, and we get to play with new products before they come out. Now, another thing that happens is you can earn free stamp sets and different perks by earning host benefits on your orders as well. And the best thing about Stampin' Up! Is that you're going to meet a whole community of people who love doing this, and that, to me, makes it all worth the while. Now, another thing on my team that happens is we have private groups where we can interact even more closely, and I have team events that are in person if you're in Arizona, but I also do a Facebook Live so that those of you who are not in Arizona, you can still partake in that. We do voluntary swaps, and a lot of our out-of-towners take part in that, and it's just really fun. On our Zoom meetings, we also do new techniques, and we show off new products and lots of inspiration with ideas. So it's just really fun to be a part of that. And then also, for those of you that want to go a little deeper and maybe do this maybe as a part-time job or make some income on the side, I also have business training, and I'm in a couple other groups where we train, and it's on a different Facebook group, and they're always taped, so if you can't watch them live, you can go back and listen to them. So I just wanted to share with you that no matter if you're signing up for a discount and just want to do your own thing and be just a quiet mouse in the corner and get the discount, that's perfectly fine. Or if you want to, do this as a business and make a little bit of money on the side, I'm here to offer you help in that area as well. So I just invite anyone with whatever your intentions are to join my team, and I will post a link at the end of this video, and that's where you can sign up. But the best part of this whole deal is that if you sign up, the starter kit is only $99, but you choose $125 worth of products. And not only that, during celebration, you get any 2 free stamp sets that you want added to your order for free. And so now remember, that's not a bundle, it's just a stamp set. But if you wanted the bundle, you could get the stamp set for free and then just go back and then buy the bundle with your discount. So you can still get in on that bundle, but you just have to purchase the other half. But it's really a good deal, and Stampin' Up! Doesn't always offer incentives like that to become a discount shopper. So I would recommend you take advantage of that before February 28th. All right. That's my little commercial here. So I hope you join me, and then let's get moving on the project that I want to share with you. We are winding down for our celebration this year, and so I've kind of been playing more with my celebration stamp sets, and today we're going to use Driving By, and I love this stamp set. It's just been really fun to work with, and I don't know why, I just love these little vehicles, and they're fun to do different things with. So that's what we are going to use today, and remember, this stamp set is free if you put any $50 order in before tax and shipping. So celebration ends on Monday, February 28th. So you only have through this weekend to figure out if there's anything else you're missing from your stash and then to get that ordered. Now for today's card, we are going to start with basic white thick cardstock. And I love a nice clean cut card. And so sometimes it's really fun to just make a lot of white space, but we're going to kind of jazz it up a little bit. So this is just 4¼ by 11, and I just scored it in half on the long side at 5½, and then just fold on that score line, and then make sure you crease it nice and crisp with your bone folder. Now I am going to need a piece of paper underneath here, because what we're going to do, and I saw this on Pinterest and I grabbed her name because she's just so creative. I love her blog. She has been a past artisan for Stampin' Up, which means she's super creative. And her name is Michaela, and she's from Australia. And her blog is called The Crafty Oink Pen. OINK. So anyway, if you want to look up her blog, I just did this background. I changed up the rest of the card, but I just want to show you this technique. So I'm going to take Balmy Blue ink and then a blending brush. And then what I did was I took this die, which is from Basic Borders. You get a lot of really cool borders. And doesn't that look like a cloud? So what I did was I took a Post-it note and I just die cut the very top of this off so that it's sticky on the back. And this is going to be used as a stencil. And what I'm going to do is just kind of place this randomly, and we're just going to make our own clouds here. So just kind of put it anywhere you want. And then the trick with using blending brushes is to get ink on your brush. And remember, you can use the same tones with one brush. You don't have to get one brush per ink color. And so I use this one just for my blues. It's pretty obvious it's blue. And then the trick is to always stamp, rub some of the ink off on your scrap paper. I hardly have any ink on here. I may have to re-ink this, but that way you won't get circles on your paper like that. All right, so less is more. So I always start off the paper and then just lightly go across. And when you do this, you want to make some areas darker and some lighter. And like I said, less is more. Then we'll peel this up, and then you can kind of make them go different directions like this. And we're just going to make a bunch of different layers. And like I said, there's no real rhyme or reason. Just keep moving this paper. And I guess you can't move it upside down because they're sticky on the back side because of the Post-it note. So I think we can maybe do a couple more layers here. Maybe make it a little darker over on that side. There we go. All right, it's kind of coming together, as you can see. We just want a nice cloudy background. And let me do one more. And I'm going to just do part of it. Kind of try to offset where the bigger loops are, you know what I mean? And like this. All right, and then one more thing that you can do if you want, if there's too much white space, you can even just go over the whole thing to blend it a little bit more. So it's just fun to play around with that little technique right there alone. All right, now we're gonna do another thing with this die. And I took a 5¼ by 4" piece of white cardstock, the basic thick again, and I cut out two pieces. One, this is, like I said, 5¼ by 4. So one went like this, and then I cut another one, but I put it upside down and then went like this. And we can adjust how we want it to lay on the card, but what I'm going to do is, and I think I can get rid of this little sheet behind here. Sometimes that gets distracting. All right, so we're going to put the top one on here, and I am going to use my foam adhesive strips. And the reason I want this and not dimensionals is because I want it to pop even more than dimensionals. And these are about double the thickness of dimensionals. So I'll just put them on the corners, maybe a couple more here. And this is really easy to use because you just rip them off. One more by the loop-de-loops down here. All right, let's set this one on top and just line up. And by the way, this is 5½. You want to make sure it's the full distance of the card. And just line up the sides and the top on that. See how there's a nice, real big gap in here, and that's what I was after. All right, the next one we're not going to put on quite yet because we need to decorate this. This is where our image is going to go. So take your vehicle that you want to use, and really any of these will work. I'm using the little slug bug because of how I'm going to decorate it. And then you're going to want to use Memento ink, and that is because we are going to be using blends on here, and blends do not make the ink bleed, so that's why I'm choosing that. And we will just put it down here in the corner. Memento black is what the ink is. All right, then what I did was I took paper and I went through every paper that we have and I chose Pattern Party. Now this one, oh my gosh, they always do this. They put really cute paper in with the host rewards. So you have to have a party of, or an order or a workshop of $150 or more. And look at all these great papers that you get. And so I'm choosing this one because it has kind of a groovy flower power feel to it. If you spend $150 to get that paper, you can choose either three $50 items, and you look at these little tags. It says free with a $50 order. So you could get 3 of these that are valued at the $50, or towards the back, they have a couple items that you have to spend $100 to get them free. This one comes with a stamp set and the paper. So that one's $100. So you could get one of those and then one of those $50 ones. And then the other one is this nice little stamp set that has many sentiments in there, and that's a $100 order as well. So you can mix and match. All right, back to our card. What I did was I took that little slug bug and I chose the print that had the smallest flower, and then I just stamped this like that with Memento ink. Then what I did was I trimmed just the bottom part of the bug, and I already did this so I didn't have to take time on the video. And so what we're going to do is we are going to adhere that on here, but I do want to color first. And I guess I am going to bring this back in because sometimes when you color with your blends, they bleed through a little bit. I just don't want to get my bottom little wood grain thing inked up. So I'm going to use basic black, dark. Actually, this is the light black. So just color the wheel. You can really use whatever color you want, but I guess I've never seen wheels in a different color other than black. So this one will make a little bit true to life, but I guess it's not really true to life because who has seen a love bug with that kind of flower print on it? All right, the next one I'm going to use is light smoky slate, and I'm going to color in the whole wheel here. And then I'm going to use a tiny little embellishment that we have, and these are called metallic, let me see the official name, metallic pearls, and we are going to use the silver ones. Excuse me, this is really a great value because you get 242 gold and silver pearls for only $7. So we're just going to place 2 of these on here right smack in the middle like that. This little pick tool is my best friend. This really comes in handy because trying to get these little things off, and when you have nails, and sometimes it's a little bit difficult. So, all right, now let's color the top part of this bug. I didn't want to do the whole thing floral, so I took, even though, as I showed you on this paper of all the coordinating colors, they show honey, or what's this called, bumblebee for the yellow, but I thought it was a little bit too goldy, so I reached for my Daffodil Delight. Actually, I want the smaller end, not the paint end. And I just want to go on top here and color in just the top of the bug. And then I'm going to color in these gifts. And I think I'll do the top one in yellow. I always try to pull other areas with the same color to coordinate it. And again, I'm just pulling colors that I see in here. So the next one I think I'm going to choose is Flirty Flamingo, and I'm going to just use my Stampin' Right marker for this one, and let's do the middle box. And you know, you could do these stripes different colors, but I thought because the card print is so busy, I didn't want to make more busyness on top, so that's why I'm just choosing to color them solid, but you can do it if you would like. And then the last one, I'm using my Stampin' Right marker for the last gift, and this is Granny Apple Green. You can surely use blends, but this is such a tiny area, and I have my markers right here. So, all right, now the next step is we're just going to put the Flower Power piece on. I'm just going to use multi-purpose liquid glue. I don't want this part popped up. And if you want to coordinate, isn't that cute? If you want to coordinate like these little bumpers here, I think I will add some light smoky slate just to offset the little bumper here. I lucked out and it just happened to fall where there was white space, but there we go. And maybe this little piece up here. All right, getting closer. Now, if you want, you can add a sentiment here, but I'm going to put my sentiment on the inside. So I am just going to leave this here. Another thing that you can do, if this is too much white space, you can add some blue around here. I'll add just a little bit just to offset it a little. And it's okay that you already have that on and painted, but it won't really pick up the blue in the coloring that you already did. But if you want to add just a little bit to offset that background, just again, less is more. You can always add more, but you can't take off. All right, now the next part that we need to do is just put this on the card front. And so I'm going to grab my adhesive strips again. And do you see how it bleeds through a little bit, but not too bad, but I still don't want to risk it getting on my little mat here. And I hope you guys take advantage of Celebration, because we won't have another one until towards the end of the year, and they're only 2 months long, so this period to order is a little bit shorter than it used to be. All right. And just place that right on the front. There we have our card. Can you see the clouds underneath kind of peeking through? So I'm okay with it just like this, but if you like a little bit more to your card, then I have a perfect solution for you. I am going to grab a piece of basic white. I'm in the habit of saying Whisper White, our old name for it. And I'm going to take Balmy Blue again, and I'm just going to stamp the saying that says driving by to say hi, because that goes well with this. And then I'm going to take, we have this really cool cloud punch. And so because we have a cloud theme going on, I'm just going to punch this out. And then I'm going to use just regular dimensionals because I don't want it popped up that high. I don't want to add 10 stamps to this because of the thickness. So we're just going to put a couple of dimensionals on the back and just make it a little bit higher. And that way we can just add this to the front. And if you want it to even pop off a little bit, like so it's not symmetrical, you can place this little guy wherever you want. So I think I'll just put it right there, and it just adds a little bit more interest on that side and fills it up a little bit more. Now there's one last little detail that I want to add. I love Wink of Stella. I don't know, I use this all the time. And so rather than fussy cut and put a window sheet to make it look like a window, I have found that if you just grab your Wink of Stella, and remember Wink of Stella just adds a little bit of shimmer, and it is clear or kind of like iridescent, and we're just going to put a little bit in that window. It's kind of turning it a little bit gray, but mostly shimmery, and that way it looks like a window. And if you kind of tilt it to the light, you can see the shimmer, but I bet on camera you're not going to be able to capture that, but it just kind of offsets that a little bit. All right, that is our card for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I love doing these videos for you and just sharing kind of what's in my head and putting it on paper. And don't forget, if you want to become a discount shopper, be sure to click on the link. I would love to have you join my team. Also, as a reminder, if you would like to place an order, I have a host code up here. I change that each month. So if you're ever in question or you try to press or try to add one and it won't enter, it says invalid, that means it's probably changed. But I always have my current one on my blog. And so if your order is over $35 or more, you will get the Creative View projects for free that I do each month. I will send you 3 card kits and a PDF instruction sheet emailed to you. And that's my way of saying thank you so much for ordering from me. I really do appreciate your business. And then if you bump your order up to $50, remember, you can choose your free celebration item. All right, we will see you guys next week, and thank you again for joining me.